So you're based in Langkawi.
Yeah, for now, yes, that's right.
Okay. Now tell us about when did you start liking beauty pageant? What is it about this contest that sort of sparked your interest?
Well, it started long time ago when I was very young. I think it started about in year of 1972 when I was in standard one. You know, it started as a class project. I
Oh,
still remember my class teacher asked us all the students to prepare something to be presented in front of the class about your hobby. At that time, the 70s is nothing much we can do, you know. So most of us like collecting stamp, reading and the Blyton book, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, just so boring. It's so common at that time. So I want to do something different, but I don't know what. And fortunately, I don't know how it happens. I managed to find one old magazine that belonged to my late uncle. If I'm not mistaken, I cannot remember where. It's a Life magazine, very old. It's the same year that I was born, 1965. And then on that cover, there is featured a photo of Miss Universe 1965 from Thailand, the first ever Miss Universe from Thailand, Asparang Sakul. So I thought,
ooh.
wow, this is good. She's wearing a tiara, sash, and hold a bouquet of flowers. You know, it suddenly struck me that, oh, this is what I want to do. So I managed to find a few more photos inside there. So yeah, I just cut it out. In fact, I'm stole the magazine. Didn't tell my uncle, you know. So I just rip it off the pages, and then I took my old school exercise book, and then just paste it on the books, you know. And then I managed to find a few more photos in the magazines, or the contestants from that year pageants, and yeah, it started from there. So I was declared a winner of the of
Wow,
the
really?
yeah, it was like 50, I mean, long time ago, you know. Yeah, so starting from there, yeah.
What was it about the beauty queens though? Is it their beauty or was it their tiaras? What was it that sparked your interest?
Well, the first thing that I noticed was the tiara. I don't know why. I have some something with tiara, you know. So and the costume, the evening gown, and later on, you know, when you have a videos, the TV stations start to show the Miss Universe pageant, you know, and the whole thing, the pageantry things, like the music, the musical, the introduction, the national costumes, the language that they're spoken, you know. So something about it's about that, the whole things, you know, the glitz and glitter of the pageants that really I love about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
If you have to pinpoint your favorite part of the beauty pageant
Uh-huh.
contest, what would it be?
Well, I must say I have two parts that I really enjoy the most. One is the introductions where it was a long time ago, but nowadays the modern Miss Universe, they don't really do that anymore, you know. So in the 80s, all the contestants they do it live, you know, on TV. So the contestant came out one by one and talk in their native language, announce their names, and then, you know, mention how old are they, things
Mm.
like that. And that is the best, the first best part of it. And the second one is of course the crowning moment, you know, when they just left two people on the stage, and you know, the adrenaline I cannot describe. I don't know, but I love that. That is the most part I can say that I really enjoy. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about that first project that prompted you to start collecting things
Mm-hmm.
about beauty, all about beauty pageants, right? Like what
Okay.
was the first thing that you started to collect after that?
Well, starting from that, you know, I thought it's going to be okay. That's it, done. But you know, day by days, I still like, oh, I really enjoy doing it every time when I flip on the newspaper and I see news about Miss Malaysia, you know, and it was so. This is really like, okay. I enjoy this, so I start doing that. I cut every single newspaper. So if I know that last night is a Miss Malaysia pageant, you know, so the next day I will buy all the newspaper, Chinese, Tamil, whatever, and then just to cut the clippings, you know, the segment that have the photo. But unfortunately, nowadays, you know, it's very hard to see a full coverage of beauty pageant in Malaysian newspaper anymore, because everything is internet. This is good because you can get the whole information that you want, but the feelings, the feeling of to get it from the newspaper is thrilling, is much better than you just click on the internet and then
And
print out
print.
the paper. Yeah, but it's still it's good though. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Well, you have a wall full of pictures over there
Wow, look at
of
that.
beauty queens. Are these only Miss Malaysias or are they beauty queens from all around the world?
Well, I collect everything that wear crowns, cats, dogs. Well, everything. I have a full of wall of Miss everything. Miss World, Miss Malaysia, Miss Supranational, Miss Universe. Of course, my favorite is Miss World and Miss Universe. But I collect everything, that I can find. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anything that wears a crown is up on
Anything
your
that
wall.
wears the crown and sashes. Yes, of course.
So does it work with one wall is for Miss Universe, one wall is for Miss?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. You come and visit and I'll explain. I cannot explain through the phone, it's very, but you have to come and see.
Maybe you can take us on a little tour right now, just a
Okay.
little whirl
All
right
right.
now. Look at
Okay.
that. It's ceiling to wall, a ceiling to floor filled with
Uh-huh.
frames of
Yeah.
different sizes.
You-
Oops, you're jammed
Oh
up.
no, we lost Amit.
Okay. Funny?
Okay.
Okay. Look at that. Ceiling to floor filled with different sizes frames.
And you can't see this, but I gotta tell you, these are like from different eras,
Yeah.
different like
You have some
70s and
Yeah,
stuff.
some gray, black
Yeah.
and whites.
That's right.
Some
I'm
colored.
55 years old now, so you can imagine I start collect in the 70s, so I have huge collection of that. Yeah. You can
How do
say that
you
again.
choose? How do you choose who to put up on the wall?
Well,
Or
like
you
I
just-
said, I said earlier, everything that with the crowns, but of course, uh, the photo that's really bright, that you can see the Miss Universe sash, the crown, and everything. So that whatever that's as long as the Miss Universe, I'm not choosy. I just like okay on my wall, and I keep changing it. I have new pictures, of the same person, and then I just like keep, put up. I'm running out of space anyway.
Do you remember who is who in the picture?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Wow.
so you know exactly who is who on every picture
Yeah.
that's
What
on your
year,
wall.
what name, from what countries? Yeah.
Wow.
Who is your favorite on that wall and on that wall of fame right there?
Well, I have a few of my favorite. It sounds so cliche if I say that I love everyone. Of course, everyone is beautiful. But if I have to choose a few, I think I love Pontip Nakurangkano. You can Google later.
Do you have a picture of her?
Oh
on your
yes,
wall?
yes.
Can
Let
we
me
see her?
Oh, where is she? Hold on. Can you see her? Oh, wait. Of course. Oh, let me see. Can you see?
Kind of.
No.
The one with the sunglasses. Is that her?
No,
Oh,
the
the one
bottom.
next to her.
The bottom part. Never, I'll send a photo later. to
Okay.
you.
All right. And she is Miss
she
Universe?
was Miss Universe from Thailand. The second Miss Universe from Thailand. The first one is Aspara Hongsakul in 1965, and then Pontip Nakurangkano won in 1988. The pageant was held in Taiwan, and she was a hot favorite. Yeah. The reason why I love her so much, she's not that drop dead gorgeous, but for the first time when you see her on the video during the Miss Universe pageant 1988, you can see something different about her. She's compared with other Latins delegates, of course, they are far more beautiful than her. But the way she carried herself, the way she talked, the way, she's like really genuine, So until today, if you ask me anytime, I will say Pontip Nakurangkano. And other than that, if I have to name a few, there is like Sushmita Sen, Miss Universe 19, I cannot remember what year already. From India.
Mm.
Yeah, I love her so much. 1994.
What
Yeah.
about your favorite Malaysian beauty queen?
Well, it must be Elaine Daly, the modern Miss Malaysia, and of course, if you ask me, the old one, Datin Josephine Fonseca, the mother of Andrea
Andrea
Fonseca.
Fonseca. Yeah.
Yes, both of them. It's not easy for a country to have mother and daughter become become a beauty queens. Only a few. And during the Miss Universe 2004 in Quito, Ecuador, there was this thing was highlighted during the pageant. They said we have a Malaysian representative, or his mother is also won Miss Universe back in the 70s. And if I need to say, that in Josephine Fonseca is the only one our Miss Malaysia who can penetrate into the top 15s. She's the only one until today. So yeah,
Wow.
the record is still hers. Yeah.
Your knowledge of everything beauty pageant is very, very impressive. Now
Thank you.
tell us about your tiara collection then.
Mm-hmm.
What made you start to want to collect tiaras as well?
Well, it's come into when you said about beauty pageant, beauty queens is of course other than sash and everything is a tiara. So during my school time is I don't have enough money to buy. When I start working and then I started buying a small tiara that got nothing to do with pageant because I don't know where to find, I don't know where to source for the replica of the Miss Universe or Miss World because at the time during the 70s and 80s. So but now I got a chance to work in the US for a few years. I was based in Washington DC. So every weekend I travel to New York City, and I found accidentally one shop somewhere in Chinatown, New York City. There is a shop that supplies all the costume jewelry to all Southeast Asia. And from the bottom to top, there is a tiara. It's a heaven for me. And then, so at the end of the day, I brought back to Malaysia about 150 tiara from there because
Wow.
it's much cheaper.
Okay.
If it's like a 50% cheaper than if you buy in Malaysia. And the best thing is that you can ask them to do accordingly to what you want. So what I did was I showed the Chinese guy, a photo of Miss Universe and Miss World crown, and he replicated for me. The exact same. And I choose the stones, what stone I want. So yeah, it ended up I pay for one crown is about 3,000 ringgit Malaysian.
Wow. What?
Oh.
Yeah, because you can buy the cheap one on internet anytime, but the quality is not that good. Over the years, so the stone will come out and then the base will become tannish and become black. I have a few, but with this one, he guaranteed me that it will last long. And then I choose a semi-precious stone. So yeah, it's good. So until today, it still looks sparkling new. Yeah.
So it's an exact replica of the Miss Universe Malaysia. I use Miss Universe crown. From which year?
Yeah. I have about, because let me tell you this. Miss World until today they only have one crown. They start changing the crown. They start using the crown in 1972. The blue crown they call it. So also Miss World for now only have one crown. But Miss Universe is they keep changing. The first Miss Universe crown was called a chandelier crown by Sarah Coventry, which is like in the 80s and the late early 90s they used that crown. And after that they changed to Mikimoto crown, the pearl one, and followed by, it depends on who's sponsored the pageant on that year. So they keep changing. So it's hard to follow, but I managed to have a few. So I have the Mikimoto crown, I have the Sarah Coventry crown, I have about 4 or 5 that Miss Universe crown, and I'm ordering a new one. A new one is a new one is called a Mawat crown. Is the actual price is about 5 million, but of course I pay only for 700 ringgit. The replica of it.
So
Yeah.
you get all these crowns made, custom made to replicate.
Not all. Only the one that I choose, the one that I really want. that, for example, Miss World, Miss Universe. The rest, like I just buy online. It's much
Okay.
cheaper that way. Yeah.
How much money do you spend on your tiara collection?
Okay, I lost count. I don't know, but most probably I have I have six that cost me about 4,000 ringgit, and the rest are about 5,000 ringgit, and sorry, 500 ringgit, and the rest are about 150. But I have about, you can imagine, I got 2,000, 250 tiaras altogether at this house. So I think, I don't know, I lost count. I don't know how it cost me.
That's
Yeah,
a lot
but a
of
lot of
money.
money. Yeah, but when my mom asked me, so how much has you bought it? Oh, it's only 75 ringgit, ma. She will kill me if she know I pay for one tiara for 4,000 ringgit.
Speaking about your mom, what does your family think about your obsession and your collection?
Yeah, at first in the 70s, when I still in standard in primary school, they said, "What are you doing? You don't use your lunch money to eat, but you keep your lunch money to buy newspaper and magazine, is whatever it is." So they said, I said, "I don't know. I just want to keep the photo." And they said, "Okay, never mind. When you grown up, you will throw it away, don't worry." But I proved them wrong. So until today, I was so lucky. Even my late father was so proud of my collection. Whenever he went out and talked with friends, have coffee, say, "Hey, if you go to Langkawi, go to Amel's place in Langkawi. He got a huge collection of tiara, bring your family and do that." So, and my mom, she's okay now. And I have niece and nephew. Yeah, it's really support me. Every day say a magazine, say, "Hey, Papa, did you see the magazine, the new magazine that feature beauty queen on the wall, on the cover? You want me to buy for you?" Things like that. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yes.
Wait, Amit, does your
Yeah.
mom listen to radio?
No, fortunately.
Yeah, because you said if she found out how much you paid for a tiara.
I agree to do this interview because I know she's not listening to any station. That's for sure.
So would you say that those tiaras will be like it's the most expensive items in your collection?
In terms of money.
Yeah.
But in terms of like some is a nostalgic item, I think all my scrapbooks. I have
Okay.
about 200 scrapbooks at home. That's all the that I collect all over the years from the 70s, until today. So if you ask me, so Amir, if you have a story about Miss Malaysia 1976, and I say, okay, I can show you the whole books, the paper cutting, and then things like that. Yeah.
Wow, you're
There's
really
one
like a walking encyclopedia of beauty
Yeah.
pageants.
Can I tell you a story? There's I was in KL Central a few years ago, waiting for the LRT. Waiting for the train to come back to Alostar. I just landed on KLIA, and then I went on from Dubai. So I was waiting in the line to buy some sandwiches, and then I noticed one lady, a middle-aged lady, wearing a tudung right in front of me. So she looked so familiar. And then it struck my mind, say, I think she's the former Miss Malaysia Universe. So if we woke up the bar, I got tap the shoulder, said, "Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry if I got the wrong person, but are you Teh Farida, Miss Malaysia Universe 1976? And you know what? Her jaws dropped. And I said, "Who are you? I know you know me." I'm so old. I said, "I don't know. I just know. I got a feelings, that you are Teh Farida." So we start a conversation, and then yeah. So I asked a lot of questions about her experience representing Malaysia in Miss Universe pageant 76 in Hong Kong. Yeah, it was fun. Things like that. Yeah.
Wow.
That is brilliant. That's a
So next time if we want to do anything with beauty pageant, you are our
We'll
advisor.
call you.
Oh, okay. I love to.
You're going to be our pageant expert.
I'm not really a pageant expert. I can say myself a fanatic pageant fan. Yeah.
I think you are the one and only person here in Malaysia who can tell us who is who is Miss Malaysia in 1980.
My
You know,
God.
It's quite complicated now because there is a lot of new pageant, coming up. Like Miss Malaysia Supranational, Miss Malaysia Grand. Unlike in the 80s, there is only a few: Miss Malaysia World, Miss Malaysia Universe, Miss Malaysia Asia Pacific. That's only a few of the major pageant, but I still try to keep, follow whatever it is, as long as they are pageant. And I say, as long as the winner wearing a tiara.
We should do this for Breakfast Champion already. I'm just thinking about this.
What else do you collect besides the tiara, besides the pictures and the scrap and the newspaper clippings? What else from the pageant do you collect?
Okay, if I go to a dinner, for example, a pageant night, a final, whatever that on the table that have a menu cards, a ticket, everything.
And sashes
even
as well?
yeah, I order a few sashes from online. I show you one moment. That's the sashes is exactly a replica of a Miss Universe pageant. Hold on for a while.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, I'll show you. You can see.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah, this is the vintage Miss Universe sash that I've been using in the 80s and the 70s, and this one I got a new one. This is the latest that they've been using now. The font is slightly different.
And it's not
Yeah.
blue in color like the other one.
Yeah. The font is quite different, but I still prefer the old one.
So
you have to come and visit me.
We can, like, people can go and visit your display.
Of course, I tell you what, last time when I just came back from the US, I'm jobless, my contract with the Malaysian embassy habis. So what I did was I put in the FB and Instagram saying that anybody who want to come and be a beauty queen for a day, you are welcome to my house. And then I charge them 10 ringgit.
So it's like a museum.
It's not a museum. It's
A
just
gallery.
small, a mini gallery, I would say, yeah. And then the money that I get, I give it to Tafi's school, things like that, yeah. So but now I start working again. But still, if anybody want to come, they just let me know in advance, so I'll make sure I have time for them to welcome them to my house. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten in touch with local beauty queens or local Miss Malaysias and everything, and then said, "Hey, you know what? I would love to have one of your the tiaras and like the sashes and everything, the real deal one."
Well, in 2011, Deborah Priya Henry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a week before she represent Malaysia to Miss Universe in Brazil. She came over to my house.
Oh.
And then at that time she got some photo shoot somewhere in Langkawi. She heard about me. So I think her PA called me and said, "Hey, Amir, I'm Debbie want to come to your house." I said, "Yeah, right." I said, "Who is this?" I said, "No, I'm a PA of Deborah Henry." I said, "Come on, I know my friend always did that to me,
Prank.
And I said,
You thought it was a prank.
me, So, and finally she passed the phone to Debbie. I said, "Hi, Amir, this is Debbie." I just like my jaw and to drop into the floor. And she came and she like, oh my God, she not even have the photo that I got about her, Yeah, so she asked advice because she's a two-time Miss Malaysia, if you notice.
Yeah.
She was Miss Malaysia World in 2000, Miss Malaysia World 2007, and she was at the top 10. And then she went to Miss Universe in Brazil in 2011. Yeah.
How do you remember things like this?
And other than that, Miss Malaysia World 1979, Shirley Chew came. And with Miss Malaysia Universe 2000, Ludi Meiling. So both they are cousin, they came, and then there was like, I should record all their expression when the first time when they see the whole thing, They are so impressed, and it's nice feeling to have a former beauty queen that appreciate your collection,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. It makes all my hard work pay off. I feel like, oh, okay, this is like, people say, why are you doing this? Some of the people say, but I enjoy it, yeah, because especially when the former beauty queen come and visit, so it makes the whole thing so different, yeah.
Why are you doing this, Amit? Does it give you happiness? Is this your meaning of life?
Well, not really. I do other things too,
Yeah.
but but I don't know why, because maybe I love all the pageantry item things, all the like I said earlier, the musical things. And then I don't know, I wish I hope, when I was like 25 30, I said, okay, don't worry, I mean, when you're getting older, the whole thing will fade, you won't bother about this anymore. But I'm 55, and still cannot stop. So help me.
What's the next item on your list that you have to get for to add to your
Well,
collection?
I just found one company in Johor that can replicate the sashes of beauty pageant. So I just ordered a few to add to the collection, because that I show you one is very expensive. It's about 600 ringgit each. So whenever people come, so I put it on them. So I sometimes people don't know how to handle it. The stone came out. So I just ordered the other replica, the the cheaper version. So yeah, so I will keep this away, so just on display, things like that. And I'm still waiting for my crown, my new crown to arrive. So excited about that. And well, I'm leaving to US. I supposed to go to US, but after this PKP, so I don't know when I'm going to start job there again. So hopefully, I will find more things there. Yeah.
But what will happen to your little gallery when you're away?
Well, when I was away last time, someone taking care of my place, I just like give them the key, so come and clean the house, thing like that. But unfortunately, there one incident happened. People came to my house and took and robbed my house. The
Oh
whole thing's
no.
gone. Especially, I lost two most expensive crown.
Ayo.
They stole it away from me. My motorbike, my whole things, all the things. Other than crown, pageant writer, I also collect frogs, figurine
Frog.
of frogs.
Oh,
Pepe,
okay. Oh
yeah,
no. I
kata.
don't like frogs. I'm scared of frogs.
Wait,
It
wait.
started.
Why frogs? Because is it because if you kiss a frog, it will become a prince, or it'll become? Does it
Well,
tie into beauty queen?
no, it started. I was a butler. I'm a hotelier before. I work as a butler to most of the VVIP people that come. So there is one day is the Queen of Cambodia, Queen Munich. She came and I was a butler. And at the end of the day, during checkout, she gave everybody a present. When come to me, she gave me one of the silver that frog that she made herself, because she taught all the single, I mean the single mother in Cambodia to how to do handicraft. So she brought all the one that she did, and then as a present to the hotel staff. So I got the frog. So I didn't believe. I'm not superstitious, but I still sometimes believe in that. So she told me that, okay, Amir, Cambodia and Chinese people believe that frogs bring luck. So you just keep it. So starting from there, when I travel everywhere, it's not intentionally, but it's just like Tiara. So, oh, frogs! I keep buying,
You get
yeah.
drawn to them. The
Yes,
frogs.
that's right. So people say I collect Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Do people think what you're doing is like hoarding?
Well, hoarding is people just put everything, in the house. But I think I'm much better than that, because everything is this neatly, put away I arrange everything nicely, in the
Mm.
house. Yeah. So yeah, you can say that, but hoarding in a nice way.
Collecting.
Collecting, yeah, I
Very
prefer that.
unique. Yeah. Now, I mean, if someone were to want to start collecting something as unique as what you are collecting right now, what will be your
Uh-huh.
advice to them?
Well, I must say you have to genuinely love whatever you're going to collect. I have a few friends that envy of me because I have this collection, so they want to start some collection. And I say, so ask yourself what you really want. You cannot just tiru, you just cannot follow people. Like people collect Coke bottle or whatever, so you start. But if you don't really have interest in that, for example, there is one friend of mine who really loved one actor in Malaysia. I don't want to name him. So he start collecting. I even start find a photo of him and give it to him to just put in the scrapbook. And then not even 2 months, say, well, how? Because it's easy to find an actor photo every, unlike the beauty pageant, they only have once a year, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, so they just like hangat-hangat tai ayam like that, because you don't really have the interest in it. So my advice is just like, make sure you know what you really love, and then start doing it, and along the way, if you feel that the feeling is getting stronger, you have the right choice, like how I felt last time, But if you feel like, oh, I don't like this anymore, that it's a sign to show that you better stop. Don't waste your time, And you have to sacrifice a lot, your time, your energy, your money, and then there is some negative critics also come along the way, that you have to be very strong to face it, as you have to know what you really want in your life, and you have to really believe in yourself, and then nothing will go wrong. Yeah.
Okay, now you love your entire collection, and let's just say somewhere out there, there's another beauty pageant collector who's not as crazy as you, because you've got everything, and then that particular person wants to buy everything that you have. Would you
I
sell?
don't think so. No. And in fact, there is a few guys in Colombia, Venezuela, and the Philippines. They don't have something like me, but they do collect pageant memorabilia. But in Philippines, as you know, pageant is a big thing,
Yes.
So it's a privilege for him to have a lot of magazines, because Malaysia, if you go and walk in somewhere in KL, you ask who's Miss Malaysia Universe 2015. I don't think you will get the right answer. So in Philippines, they adore their beauty queens. So I envy my friend in Philippines that they can get all the memorabilia that he wants, And then the one person in Colombia who keep in touch with me, we exchange magazines.
Wow.
So I have my magazines that I have two, and then he got a magazine also extra. So we keep changing, yeah, things like that. Yeah.
We have friends who are beauty queens, and we don't know which year they want to sell.
Then who is she?
I'm pretty close with Datin Elaine Daly, and we've had
Okay.
Deborah Henry on the show as well before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Carrie Ng.
Carrie Ng, yeah.
But you asked me to name the year she won, and I'm like, I don't know. She's a beauty queen. Well, it was very, very interesting and enlightening speaking to you, Amit.
Yeah,
and,
same
all the
here.
best. So if let's say someone is in Langkawi and they want to go see your display, your gallery, what can they do? Do they have to make an appointment?
Yeah,
with
where
you?
is it?
Well, my house located in Pantai Chenang, very near.
Okay.
Pantai Chenang is a main area, So they can message me on Facebook, or on messengers, Yeah, so I'll be happy to have them at my house. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I think? Because
Yeah.
Elaine listens to the show. For all you know, she might be like, let's just get this guy on a payroll and hire him because he knows everything.
Because she is the MUMO director now.
Yeah,
right?
I know her personally. And in fact, a few years ago, I was invited by her to be the interview for the casting of Miss Universe, because I have a friends also, a pageant fan in KL, and they have a website that called Miss Malaysia Pageant. So they are in KL, so it's easy for them to do things like that. So they asked Datin Elaine whether they can do a photo shoot of or the Miss Malaysia, and Datin Elaine said yes, just go ahead, and do that. So I was invited by them, and then I know Datin Elaine when I was in the hotels. So I show her my collection. She was like, "What's happening here?"
That sounds like her.
Yeah. By the way, she was Miss Malaysia Universe 2003. And she represents Malaysia to Panama City in Panama.
Now you're just showing off.
I'm showing off.